Did you know that cybersecurity professionals use port scanning to detect vulnerabilities? And today I'm going to show you how to create a simple Python port scanner in just 10 minutes. So without wasting our time, let's get started. So let's start by refreshing our computers. That's what we usually do. And then let's open our file managers and create a new folder. Then let's name the folder something like Python port scanner. Yeah. Alright, so let's open the folder, go to the path and type cmd to open the command prompt, and let's type in this command code space dot to open the VS Code in that particular folder. Then let's just create a new file and name it something like portscanner.py. So we'll be writing a Python script which will scan open ports on a target system, and it will help us understand how hackers and security experts analyze different networks. First, let's import the necessary modules. So we'll be using socket for network connections, and let's define a function which will scan open ports on a given target IP. We will pass two parameters in this function, which will be IP and port. Now we will create a socket object. Sock is equal to socket dot socket. Then we open the parenthesis and write socket dot af underscore inet because it uses IPv4 addresses. Then we write socket dot sock underscore stream, so it will use a TCP protocol for connections. Also, let's set the timer to 1 second. If the connection attempt takes longer than this, then it will just skip it. Then we create a variable called result, and in which we'll try to connect to the ports using the connect underscore x function. Now if a port will be open, this function will return 0. So let's just put a conditional statement. If result is equal to 0, then we want to print that the port is open. So let's just use the print command. Of course we are going to put this in a formatted string because I like formatted strings. Then after this we'll just close the socket connection. It's always better to free up the resources and all. Okay, and I forgot to use the try and accept block, so I'll just copy paste it, and let me just fix everything. So next we'll allow the user to input the target IP and the port range. So let's write some input commands, and then we take the first port range which will be starting from and put it into integer. Then I'll just copy this line and paste it for the ending port. And after this we'll just print a normal statement which will be like scanning the target IP from port range 0 to port range 100. Just for an example, the code will be like this. And last but not the least, we'll be using a for loop to loop through the port numbers. So for port in range, start port comma ending port plus 1, and we will just call a function that we created beforehand. And once we are done writing the whole code, we will just run this, and then you see we got no errors. And we'll enter the target IP. I'm using my local host 127.0.0.1 and then run it. We have taken the starting port 20 to 80. So it will scan the ports from 20 to 80. Let's see. I've fast forwarded it because it takes a lot of time. So as you can see, we didn't get any open ports in our system. So I'll just open a port instead and show you guys. So let's create a basic index.html file, have the boilerplate, and then just do anything. You can write anything in it. We just have to run it using the live server. Okay, so let's go live. And as you can see in the link, it is running on the port 5500. So now let's scan our local host for this particular range of ports. Let's run it. The target IP will be the same, 127.0.0.1. And the starting port, I should keep it 5490, and maybe the ending port will be 5501. So it doesn't take a lot of time, and I won't speed this up too, so you guys get an idea about how long it takes. So as you can see, we can now get an output which says that port 5500 is open. So that was just one thing which we can do using this. I'll show you another trick. So let's run this and let's put the target IP. So there is this website called scanme.nmap.org, which is made specifically for the purpose of scanning it to exploit it. So let's put the starting port something as 40. And we'll not scan many of the ports, so let's put 100. And then again, let me speed this up a bit. Okay, so we got an output which says port 80 is open. So now we can go to Google and search about what is port 80. And there's another thing that we can do. So we'll just open our command prompt and type in ipconfig. Then we'll get something like this. And you see, this is my wireless LAN adapter Wi-Fi. So this is the IP address of my Wi-Fi router. So let's try scanning our router's IP address. Okay, let's just copy paste it and we will see for 50 to 60 because we don't have a lot of time. Okay, so as we can see, port 53 is open, which means that our router is handling the DNS requests. We can always Google about any open port we find. So let's run a command nslookup google.com. So as you can see, it returns the IP address of my Wi-Fi router instead of the Google's IP address, because Google's IP address is 8.8.8.8, and this means that the Wi-Fi router is handling our DNS requests. And that's it for our port scanner. You can try and test it with other tricks you can find on the internet, or you can even ask AI about it. I hope this video helped you understand some basic networking functions and Python as well, which is useful for cybersecurity and ethical hacking. So please do subscribe and like this video.